Hey everybody, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Okay. What's up? What's going on? You good? All right. My people, my people, my people, my people, my people. What's up, man? How y'all doing tonight? I have all of my necessary things so that I can be equipped for tonight's endeavors. All right, so my name is Tim Black. You are who you are. Welcome back. Or if you're a first-time viewer, where you been? Been looking for you. We've been looking for you. We've been looking for you. Tommy 2 times told me to have a talks to you. So look, guys, look, this is the Tim Black Show. I got my people here. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, and the great and mighty YouTube. Give it up for my people on YouTube. What's up, Buck Bewley, my moderator? Good enough. Wow. Whatever. Sometimes you gotta say whatever, right? So, if you're new to the show, what we cover on this show is we cover U.S. politics. Yeah, that's what we do. We do U.S. politics, and we do it in such a way that we make people very upset or very happy. So you're gonna leave here feeling something, because that's how we do. You know, we tend to go all in. And that's a good thing, because nowadays it's really hard to get anybody on cable news media to say anything that's real, which is going to be something we're going to talk about tonight, because what's going on right now is crazy. I'd like to say what's up to my people on YouTube, my people on Facebook and Twitter who are paid members of the Tim Black Show. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for doing what you do. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. And we got my Wolfpack members. Just to let you know, the show is brought to you by you. It ain't brought to you by the Democratic Party or Republican Party or the Green Party or the Independent Party or the Justice for All Party or somebody else, Families and Friends Party, or the party up the street, a Diddy Party, or any other type of party you may have heard of. Hannibal Lecter Party, Arnold Palmer Party. None of those parties, man. This is brought to you by you. So, yeah, chip in. Also, the show is brought to you by my new ebook, Kamala's 8 Reasons. Kamala8reasons.com. Kamala8reasons.com. Go there and get my free ebook. It's about 8 reasons Kamala Harris may lose the election. People say, Tim, I could come up with 100 reasons. Well, you need to write a book. Yeah, I chose 8 because I like the number 8, and because it could go on and on and on. There's new reasons every day why she could lose, but I chose 8. Plus, I got some bonus ones in there too. I got those some bonus in there. Yeah, that's what we got to do, man. Got to hook it up. Come on now, extra chicken wing in there, couple extra crabs in your bag. Come on, man. You know how we like it. Come on now. Get home and realize you got a couple extra blue crabs in your bag. Like, man, America's all right. We got good people here, don't we, baby? Everybody ain't bad. That's what you do. You get an extra something, be like, wow, they looked out for me. Wow. All right, so yeah, baby. So I'm looking here, man. Let me see these comments real quick. See who over here. Who came through for Tim Black, man? Donald Moore is in the house. What's up, D? Hey, Tim's so aggressive. Black woman stand up. Black woman stand up. Where you been? Have you been standing up? You've been standing my ass up. Where you been? Welcome back. Welcome back. James Sumler, welcome back. Tobias Black Mamba, among friends. Welcome back. Your dreams are your ticket out. I don't know what, sometimes the bass just I got it, man. I know if I got a speech coach, they'd be like, Timberlake, when you talk, it should always be around here. Why are you yelling at the top of your octave scale? This is not productive. It's counterproductive. Bill Brummer, what's up, fam? How you doing, family? Yeah, I got the Tim Black Wolfpack in the house. JD Informant, Yvonne, Laura, Fantamos, Miss Kawami, Yvonne. What? Miss Kawami said I'm on CP time. This sister trying to get me, man. What's up, man? Remember that awful skit that Hillary Clinton did a hilarious skit with her and Bill de Blasio did a whole sketch about colored people time. Something like that? Yeah. They're both white. But she felt she could do a skit. And it wasn't SNL. It was just like they did it themselves. It's like they wrote it themselves. Yeah, maybe that's why Kamala didn't show up at the Adam Smith, the awards. Maybe because she knew Miles. I'm getting a mixed up. You know, the thing for the Catholic charities. Maybe she didn't show up there because she knew it wasn't gonna go well. Yeah, because Trump's a stand-up comedian, and at this thing, you got to roast the other candidate. You got to roast. So Republicans and Democrats show up, and you tell jokes. And maybe they knew. Kamala's like, I'm not going to perform well here, so I'll have other things to do. I won't be there for that. But Kamala, the only president to miss it voluntarily, was Governor McGovern, and he got smoked. You sure you want to play with destiny this way? What's the worst that can happen? You might get embarrassed. You might lose a little ego, might be humbled. She was like, I take my chances. Can't go around being a regular normie person. Could be one of the poors, one of the normies running around, being all vulnerable, an open book. Nah, I can't do that. So look, guys, I got a couple things to get to tonight. Remember, hit the like button because the like button is the way that this show is able to take care of itself in a way. You know what I'm saying? So if you hit the like button, it tells the algorithm that Tim Black Show deserves to be on YouTube. If you don't hit the like button, it's like saying, screw you, Tim Black. So please hit the like button and support the channel. Anything else, Buck, before we get into business? Oh, I know what. If you're on Facebook or if you're on Twitter, come on down. You're the next contestant on the Tim Black is sometimes right, often right. Yeah, man, you got to come on over to YouTube, man, and hit the like button on the YouTube side because, you know, if you're watching from Facebook or Twitter, it doesn't help me at all. I mean, it's nice that you're watching. I'm glad, especially if you bring people, but basically, you're sneaking into the movie theater without paying. So, hey, if you want to still be right with God and not be a thief, come on over to YouTube and hit the like button. I mean, if you don't hit the like button, you ain't black. Oh, this shirt is brought to you by Tim Black, and Tim Black is brought to you by this shirt. The new Tim Black Show shirt is available at Spreadshirt. in the Tim Black store, the gear shop. I got the Tim Black shirt. So this is a new design. It goes pow. I like it because it's like standing out. I'm going to get more colors. I'm going to get the blue one. This goes better with this stuff. Tim Black Show. Politics for the people, y'all. All right. Y'all ready for some content? All right, I'm ready for some content. Here we go. I got a couple clips I'd like to share with you tonight. Kind of bring you up to speed on all the things you missed this week while you've been working. Well, actually today, this is not a recap. This is today's show. Okay, so this is Friday, the 25th. Yeah, 25th. Okay. Yeah, it's garbage time. Yeah, it's officially time for the Democratic Party to basically, I mean, they're in such a pickle that it's time for them to go crazy. Ah! You know, they say never yell fire in a crowded movie theater or auditorium. They're yelling fire in a crowded auditorium right now. Yeah, that's the only move left. Sometimes you use all your moves out, you know what I'm saying? And you done everything you could do. You did your pop lock, did your Egyptian thing, whatever that was. You did the robot and shit. Nothing's working. You did all your moves, man. You down a rerun. Nothing's working. And so that's where the Democrats are, man. They're at a point where it's desperation. Just throw it all at the wall. Something will stick. Speaking of sticking, here goes Hillary Clinton trying to stick something on the wall called fascism.
John Kelly has said that his former boss meets the definition of a fascist. And I know you've said before that recently you said that Trump uses blatantly fascist rhetoric. Do you agree with John Kelly, with Vice President Harris, that Donald Trump does meet the definition of a fascist?
You know, Caitlin, I do. And it's not only people like former Chief of Staff, Marine General John Kelly, who is telling us this.
How many of you would like to guess if they didn't already have that conversation? Yeah, see, because some of you have never been on a show like this. I've been on a show, not on CNN, but on shows. And they usually tell you what they're going to talk about. Yeah, you don't just come on and they go, hey, I was reading a book. I want to know if you agree with it. No, like they already worked this out. She's poising it as if she had any doubt that Hillary was going to agree. Because that's what the whole segment's about. It's about how scared can we make people be of Trump? Right now, they're at level 6. We got to get them to level 12, man. I don't care if some of them unalive themselves. They need to be afraid. Be very afraid of the orange Trump guy.
And warning us. It's people who have really studied what fascism is and what fascist leadership looks like. People like Professor Timothy Snyder.
I looked up Professor Timothy Snyder and I realized Timothy Snyder's been talking about Trump being a fascist since 2017, 18. Here's the thing. If Trump was a fascist, and it didn't just start last week, why did he do more like fascisty things when he was president? I'm just saying, if you're saying he was a fascist, Timothy Snyder, since like you've been writing books and shit, I mean, really, guys, like he's all over the internet, he's everywhere, he's on all these programs. It's funny, I didn't see him in much until he wrote that book, until he started saying Trump was a fascist. I mean, I'm sure it's coincidental that that's when I started to know about this guy. Even though he's been in this business for 30 years. Yeah, it's like a really like big time historian, American philosopher, historian or something. And it's like when I search the guy, I don't see anything about him until he starts talking about Trump. I wonder if that's a reason why he's talking about Trump. That's one thing. The second thing here is, I didn't notice him talking about anybody else having fascist tendencies. Like no one else in the political, none of the other Republicans or Democrats. Interesting. Only Trump. Another thing, which I pointed out earlier, but since we're listing things in order, if Trump was like Hitler, right? Why did he do some Hitler shit when he was president? I mean, I'm just saying, you're the president of the United States. And you've been saying he's a fascist since he got elected, before he got elected the first time. Why did he do like fascist stuff for 4 years? Why did he save all this fascist stuff till now when he's out of power? Why not implement all the fascist things you talk about, like when he was like the guy with the nuclear codes and, leader of the free world? But see, to think the way I think requires you not to be a kiss ass of the Democratic Party and not to derive your income from speaking engagements surrounding or coming from or forth through your affiliation with the Democratic Party or the DNC. Yeah. All right, Hillary, go ahead. I'm sure you're not unbiased. I'm sure you're unbiased, Hillary. No bias in you at all. You wouldn't be bitter at all because Trump beat the hell out of you and took your shot at being president. That wouldn't be your incentive for being here right now.
People like former Professor Paxton, who just recently came out and said that he had studied fascism during the war, particularly the Nazis, Vichy France, and he'd been reluctant to use the term. But he had concluded.
Why do you was reluctant and you seem to make it roll from the tongue very easily? Oh, that's right, because it causes hysteria. Hitler was a fascist, not just because it was cool, but because he did fascist things. It was deeds. I don't think building a border wall in places there were already a border wall is fascist. I don't think so. Anyway, let's keep going there, Hillary. It's good seeing you, by the way.
Included, as so many people now are, that sadly, here in America, the term fits. And, one other thing that you'll see next week, Caitlin, is Trump actually reenacting the Madison Square Garden rally in 1939. I write about this in my book. President Franklin Roosevelt was appalled that neo-Nazis, fascists in America were lining up to essentially pledge their support for the kind of government that they were seeing in Germany.
So, this isn't a smear at all. So, what about if Jay-Z has a concert in Madison Square Garden? Is he reenacting Hitler? What about, I don't know. What's the guy who just did the comedy show? I don't know. The guy with the Hot Pockets, that guy everybody likes. He just did a comedy show. Louis Black does comedy shows. Even people you like, Seinfeld does comedy shows. I think he sold out the Garden at least once or twice. Chris Rock. I mean, so anybody who goes to the Garden and does like a thing is like going back to 1939. Is that it? Where are the swastikas? Where are the actual... Hey, Hillary, you wouldn't be just trying to sell a book, would you? No, she's not just trying to sell a book, guys. This is the talking point. This is the talking point of the Democrats. This is the desperation. Democrat very afraid. Democrats see writing on wall. Democrats scared. Democrat smear.
So I don't think we can ignore it. Now, it may be a leap for some people, and a lot of others may think, I don't want to go there. I don't want to say that.
Because they're decent people, unlike you, Hillary Clinton. Yeah, Hillary, not everybody's a piece of Donkey Kong like yourself. You know, when we didn't elect you, it was on purpose, right? Both times. It's amazing. You know, there are some people, they're unliked, and they just won't accept it. You know, like, you can be unliked. And the key to that is realizing, you know, maybe those people aren't wrong not to like you. Maybe you should go where you're liked. And for Hillary, that would be way away from cable news and peoples. That's what I would do if I was you. You know? Let's face it, you wrote a book, Hillary. The only reason why people are reading it is because Trump. And the only reason why you put it out right now is because Trump. And you're kind of not an interesting person. So in order for you to even get on here, you have to talk about Trump. That's sad. You're like Anthony Scaramucci with a pantsuit. Let's listen to a little bit more of her, guys, because she is Hillary.
But please open your eyes to the danger that this man poses to our country, because I think it is clear and present for anybody paying attention.
You know what's really this is what's freaking disgusting about this whole conversation, because you know what's really really dangerous to people, really dangerous? Hospital bills. Yeah, hospital bills. Hospital bills, bullets. Bullets in the ass. That's what's in there. That's what we worry about. Bullets, hospital bills. Oh, and not turning off them damn subscriptions. You know, and yo, what's really dangerous? My granddaughter getting the iPad and like buying shit off Amazon and not realizing it until I have to pay for it. Yeah, until I'm looking at my receipts and like, hey, who ordered this 5 videos of Pixar? And I'm like, to Mrs. Black, did you? And she's like, that must be the baby. Come on, Tim. That's most dangerous. You know, what I'm trying to say is the economic situation is what's most dangerous. Not this boogeyman garbage that you Democrats try to throw against the wall at the end of the game to try to get an extra inning. That's what you're trying to do. But there will be no extra innings, Hillary. No extra innings. And it's sad and pathetic. It really is. And I'm not even talking about the smear on Trump. It's just sad and pathetic. We have to listen to Hillary Clinton come out here and talk to us. It's bad enough Obama came out. And we used to like him. We never really liked you. I mean, Roland Martin liked you. I mean, he danced for you. But most Black people never really warmed up to you. We liked your husband. And part of liking him was that he didn't like you too much. Oh, come on, Tim. Hillary's all right. When she's sleeping, come on now, go hang out with Chris Tucker and we just have a good time. Being your president was amazing. And I did not have... So anyway, all I'm saying is, Hillary, this is obviously a smear tactic being deployed, guys. And this is what it is, man. Everyone's gotten the notice. All the Democrats have gotten the memo. This is the word we're using. You know what? You would think the Democratic Party would be smart enough to say, hey, you know what? Hillary, you use fascism. And other guy, you use a different word. And you over there, you use something different. If we all say it at the same time, it looks coordinated. But see, that's not the way they think, because they doubt that the American public is smart enough to realize that they're being propagandized. Yeah, they're pretty sure that most Americans won't put two and two together. They won't read the writing on the wall because we don't read. We just don't read, Johnson. Yeah, we just walk into things. Hillary's not alone, guys. Other people are using the same term. But she is the most disagreeable person. So when she uses it, it really pisses you off because her mouth's moving. And that's not what people want. Hillary, we don't want you to move your mouth. We want you to move your feet and the rest of you out of the mainstream media, man. Look, you had your chance. You had your shot. And this is what kills me, guys. Hillary was the first lady. She was a senator. She was a secretary of state. Why can't that be good enough? I'm just saying, guys, why can't that be like, that is amazing. You know how many people have been Secretary of State? Not a lot. You know how many senators there's been? Not even less. Well, there's been less Secretary of States, but you know what I'm saying. It's a very prized position, man. You can live your entire life 3 times. You can live your life 3 times and not have a job or a position that's that elevated as Hillary Clinton has had to experience. And to think, you know, her and Bill did that together as a team. They did so much as a team. Like, why can't you take that and be happy with that? Why do you have to rule the world, Hillary? You don't have the skill set. Like, it doesn't matter how smart you are. It matters if you got the other gears to do the other things, like make people believe in you. Make people be inspired by you. Be a better bullshitter than the other guy. Like, there's all these other things you need to be able to do, except simply be smart. I think that's one of the things that Kamala doesn't get and all of her handlers don't get. They don't understand. It's not just about the grades on the damn test. It's not just if you can drop talking points. It's not if the media can wrap a narrative around you. You also have to have other things because there's more to the job than that. And why can't you just be happy being one of the most recognizable figures in American history that's ever lived? Like, why do you have to do this thing when you constantly gripe about not being president? Then they say that Trump gripes. What does Hillary do? We real talk, guys. Everything with Hillary is a series of gripes. It's just had a great life of power and luxury and leisure. What has she done, really? She sat on the board of Walmart. She make money doing nothing. Talking with her daughter, who no one who's also boring as hell. They make money doing nothing, man. Putting out books that only dummies read. Who read her book? Why would you, all the things you could read, why would you want to read what Hillary Clinton thinks? Isn't there a comic book? Isn't there something out by Marvel that's much more interesting? Why would you want to do this? So, but she's had a living out of this, man. And it's just, she keeps coming back. And all I'm saying is, look, man, everyone doesn't get to be president, nor should they. And I wish less people wanted to be president. I have a problem with people that want to be president. Because the people that should want to be president don't want to be president. Because they're good people. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're like, you know, grounded. They're like, why would I want to be, I don't want to rule people. I don't want to take a bunch of corporate money from a bunch of dark money places. I don't want to be a scumbag. I don't want to bomb people into oblivion. You know, but not Hillary. Me. You saw everything your husband went through and all the shit he did that's wrong, and you never talked about doing anything different, really. And you want to be the same thing. It is what it is, guys. These people that live through other people, these people that live through Hillary Clinton, you are sad. You know? Those people are dangerously pathetic. You don't know this woman. And what I'm telling you is, when I meet people in Washington, where I've worked my entire life in this area, around these type of people, man, these people are not humanitarians. They want power. The good people work for small organizations that benefit the communities. That's what good people are, man. They're not trying to be presidents and rule the world, and they won't go away, and they would boo-hoo a senatorial position and crap out a bad Secretary of State. Who cares? What does that say about who she is? Yeah, Tim Snyder, since you want to study people, why don't you study Hillary Clinton? What type of narcissistic on steroids situation are we dealing with upstairs with this woman? Just stay, obviously, in an unloving relationship with her husband. She stay married to him for 30 years, and don't tell me it was because he liked her cooking. Power. But now she wants to play the moral authority and tell other Americans what's scary for them? No, man, you're scary, Hillary. All the bodies that the Clintons have left in their wake. I see so many accidents in my rear view. Shout out to whoever said that. I drive fine. All my accidents are behind me. It's the people behind me who don't know what they're doing. Brake check. Well, the Clintons got a lot of bodies behind them, and I don't think it's all by accident. It's not all coincidental. I don't believe it. I remember that black guy who got on that plane that time. He was about to say a couple things, and he was never seen again as a person. I don't remember his name, but I remember when I was very young, there was this guy, I kept hearing his name, and he was like, he had got so far, and he was doing this and doing that, and then there was an investigation, and then bye-bye. So all I'm saying, man, people, the fascist thing is dangerous, and it's cheap, it's pathetic, and you know what? It's also ineffective. Because most people don't give a damn what you're saying and don't even know what you're talking about. Next. All right, guys, let's keep it going. Hit the like button, people. Can we get some likes up for that? Let's do it. Let's get the likes up, people. Let's get the likes up. I love you. Let's get the likes up, man. Hillary Clinton's a piece of work, guys. Now remember, the Tim Black Show is brought to you by you. Go to patreon.com, Tim's Take Live, become a member of the Tim Black Show. Join the Tim Black VIP, Team Black, Tim Black's Wolfpack. Join us. We building. We coming. All right. Oh, and don't forget to pick up a shirt. It helps the show and, helps the kids. Helps me take care of the family. So, unfortunately, my smile won't buy many groceries. You guys ready? All right, man. Charlamagne the God is a guy who I don't know why he became. Well, how did Charlamagne the God become relevant in politics? He's barely relevant in hip hop music. Like Joe Budden has way more relevancy in hip hop music than Charlamagne the God. Why? And when it comes to like political IQ, what is Charlamagne? Charlamagne like does he really know what the hell he's talking about? And then when it comes to, I don't know, all he was ever good at was talking smack and pissing people off to make them angry in the studio and saying like rude things. Chauvinistic, rude, crazy, stupid things that almost got him knocked the hell out. That's all he did. He was a shock jock. Anyway, but for some reason, that means let's elevate this black guy and put him out there in front of the black world because all the blacks love him. So they put him on CNN once again to talk about things he doesn't know about. But this time, it's a little different because his girl, his woman, the VP Harris, isn't looking so good in the charts. So now Charlamagne shows up after playing the game of, oh, I understand what the people saying about her. She needs to stick to her points. She needs to get her points off there. She needs to stop word salad and do this and do that. Then he goes 2 seconds later to save his brand. He runs back to an outlet and then capes for her like the biggest shield there ever was. And he thinks we don't see it. He thinks we don't realize what he's doing. All you doing is both sides of the shit, Charlamagne. You ain't fooling anybody who has an IQ really that's compatible with tying one shoestrings. Yeah, we see what you're doing. You and Van Jones, the same guy. He's just taller. You guys just play both sides to make money both ways coming and going. I get it, man, but I don't respect it. And then when I got to comment on it, I'm going to comment and tell the truth, man. I'm going to tell the truth. And I know you see me talking to you, Leonard. I know you know. Now you know who I am. Everybody knows who I am. Because I'm mean. But here's the thing. I know you won't respond, but I want you to know we see what you're doing, guys. Check this out. There goes Charlamagne the God on CNN making an ass of himself, begging for people to vote for Kamala. Have some pride, Charlamagne.
Apparently Trump's going is going to tape a thing with Joe Rogan. Do you think she should do that?
I think that she should keep calling Donald Trump a fascist. And I think that Americans need to keep looking at the rhetoric of Donald Trump, because I don't know why we're even thinking about electing somebody who's talking about putting people in camps.
I don't think I know why you talk so fast, but then again, I figured out you try to talk fast. Now I know why you do it. It's because you're trying to remember what Angela Rye told you to say. Yeah, bro. In my opinion, whenever Charlamagne starts talking fast, that ain't even him talking. That's the battery kicking in that's plugged into his plugged up his left nostril by Angela Rye to get him to say these words, these talking points. He doesn't appear anywhere anymore without Angela Rye because he don't know what to say. She's his handler. And it's embarrassing.
And I think that Americans need to keep looking at the rhetoric of Donald Trump, because I don't know why we're even thinking about electing somebody who's talking about putting people in camps.
I don't even know why we're letting someone be on the radio or on TV talking about politics who doesn't really know anything about politics and is obviously just a shield for Kamala Harris. I don't know why we even taking time out of our day to cover that. I think I know why, though. I think we can take a guess that it's because this is ridiculous. You're ridiculous. This is ridiculous. You're out of order. They're out of order. This whole damn thing's out of order.
I don't know why why we want to elect somebody who's talking about mass deportation.
See, I ain't look after what was that thing we wrote? What was that thing what's the talking points? This should be embarrassing at this point. It's not. I think Charlamagne is immune to embarrassment. You know what I'm saying? He want money. I'm a millionaire, multi-millionaire, Tim Black. Shut up. I'm good. Mind your business. Yeah, I know. That don't mean you have a soul, brother. And that don't mean you can take her with you. And what you're doing is shameful and pathetic. It really is.
I don't know why we're having this conversation about somebody who wants to terminate the Constitution to overthrow the results of an election. Aren't we supposed to be a patriotic country? Whenever somebody like Colin Kaepernick takes a knee in this country, everybody talks about, oh, that's so unpatriotic. But a guy can say he wants to terminate the Constitution to overthrow the results of an election and nobody cares? Like,
Mom. Guys. Charlamagne, you should have been interrupted. I can tell you this. And I'm really tired of people with these dumb talking points. Charlamagne, Donald Trump is the most harassed, the most badgered, the most called out presidential politician probably in the history of politicians. People have been calling out Trump from day one for everything that you can imagine. So for you to sit there and talk as if, I don't know why we don't, what you're really saying is, I don't know why Kamala is losing. And if you really wanted to know why Kamala is losing, I can tell you that. Or you can just go to Kamala8reasons.com. That's what you would find out, because that's really the question you want to ask. Because I know you don't want to ask, why is Trump running for president? Because you already know, because he's good at what he's doing. And because people keep voting for him. Your real question, if you would stop hedging, is why is Kamala losing? And you already know the answer to that question because you know she ain't got it. Well, I support Kamala Harris because she was talking about mental health. And I'm a person that needs a whole lot of therapy because I did some things that should have put me behind bars, but they didn't, and I'm good to go. And I don't know, I got survivor's remorse and all this other crap. I.e., I did a bunch of stuff I shouldn't have done, and now I don't want to have to pay for none of that stuff. I'm a better person now. I get it, Charlamagne, but listen, man, I'm not even on that. What I'm on, brother, is this twitch that you have to run into these Angela Rye talking points that don't even work for Angela. Why do you employ them? Why can't you just be a regular person? Oh, that's right. It costs money to be real. It costs money to tell the truth. Donald Trump is not the person to say he's being coddled. I mean, come on, man. Is that your argument, really? It's this point in the election, and your argument is that Donald Trump is somehow being coddled by the media when 95% of the media coverage of Trump has been negative? What are you talking about? What on earth are you talking about, dude? 95% of the coverage on Trump since 2016 has been freaking negative. Almost all the coverage about Kamala has been positive, and you sit there, and Anderson Cooper lets you sit there and spout dumb shit with your ashy skull, talking about, oh, I don't even know why, I know why. Because you're a bunch of biased bastards, and y'all bought and paid for. You're corrupt scumbags. And you were good at something 10 years ago, and you've been riding off it ever since by being hugged up with the Democratic Party. For all we know, the reason why you still got that job and they've been thrown to the wolves yet for pending charges because you keep kissing ass. Self-preservation is a mother. But we ain't buying it, Charlamagne. And only the most dim Democrats think Trump has been given an easy road. Nah, dog. Kamala's got the easy road. She just sucks and couldn't take advantage of it because she sucks. She's bad at her job. That ain't a white thing or a black thing. That's a Kamala thing. Hell out of here.
Even me bringing it up now, you brought it back to Kamala and Joe Rogan. Anderson?
Yeah.
Who gives a damn?
Well,
who gives a damn? Joe Rogan has 24 million subscribers. 24. And that's a big get. I know why it's not a big deal, and I know why Angela Rye just bursted out laughing. Because Kamala can't go on it. Now, if Kamala was going on it, you'd be talking about it. Because then it would be a big deal and it would be helpful you. In fact, I'm going to go the other way. I would love for Kamala to go on Joe Rogan's show. Because I'm positive her face plant would be legendary. Why not? Give her the opportunity to dismount with a triple axel, and we'll see what happens. I don't believe she got it in her to rise to the occasion. I think she's a coward for real, and she's a bully for real too. And at the end of that, if Rogan don't go her ugliness of her and will come out doing that podcast, her focus, her self-serving nature will appear, and it won't be able to be covered over. And I don't think Rogan will risk all the money he makes by doctoring the footage like CBS.
I mean, I think you give damn who's elected president, and
Yeah,
I'm
especially
asking
if that
you.
president is a fascist. That's talking about putting people in camps. That's talking about.
Why you keep bringing up camps, dog? Oh, you mean like Obama, the deporter in chief? Is that what you? Are you still on that shit? Now you AOC? He gonna put people in camps. You know, why didn't Trump put people in camps last time he was president? Oh, he's a new Nazi. I know he's called neo-Nazis and the new Nazis, but like if that's the case, bro, how many new Nazis got awards from the NAACP? I want to ask you, man. I want to hear answers from the sellout blacks like yourself. How many neo-Nazis got awards from the NAACP? You know, black people voted for the crime bill. They supported that shit. A lot of people, a lot of CBN, a lot of people supported that shit. I don't hear you talking about that, Charlamagne. And I don't hear people bringing that up and saying they can't stand black people for it, even though they were black people who did that. Yeah, we get, you know, and I've been one of those people that criticize Joe Biden, but you're supporting an administration and have been supporting an administration that did do that, and you look the other way. But you bring up old shit about Trump. What about old shit about these two people that you supported? And Kamala took his job as the VP of the guy who wrote that bill. But you didn't have a problem with that. You made that okay in your head that it's okay to support somebody who would work for that guy. All right, let's get through a little bit further. Charlamagne's he'll waste of time, man.
Once again, terminating the Constitution to overthrow the results of an election. That's talking about, you know, jailing his political opponents. Yeah. Like that rhetoric doesn't scare people.
Well, we talk about this every single.
Well, I hope they come and get you, Charlamagne. I hope they come and get you first. Yeah, if that's the way you want to play this, yes, please jail his political opponents. We need new people. We need a new black class of people in media. Yeah, Trump, come get Angela Rye and Charlamagne the God and Joy Reid and Don Lemon. Come get him. Bakari Sellers, take him too. Take all these mofos. We need new people because the results show they're not being effective. We're not benefiting. The racial gap is increasing. It's not getting smaller, and we got these people out in front. These people need to, Roland Martin, don't forget Roland. We need to get these people, grab them, get them, Trump, lock them up, lock them up, lock them up, lock them up. I'm tired of discrediting their rhetoric. Let's lean into all the shit they say. Let's cheer it on. Yeah, Charlamagne, Trump gonna lock you up, and I hope he do. Yeah, go to jail. Go to jail. Angela Rye, go to jail for smearing comment because he ain't want to be your guy. Like something wrong with him. Maybe it's you. Lock her up. Lock her up. Lock her up. I'm tired of this nonsense. Trump has been harassed and beat up for 10 years, almost a complete decade. Even when he wasn't in power, you were making money off Trump. You and iHeart and all the rest of you scumbags. And now that you're losing, he's going to destroy, he's going to torture, whatever. You mean what America does regularly anyway? Last time I heard Guantanamo Bay was still open. Last time I heard we were still funding Israel. They're dropping bombs right now, Charlamagne, on children. So what are you really talking about? Oh, you're talking about somebody besides you. Oh, okay. Cowardly. I'll let it go a little bit further because I think Anderson Cooper is going to try to push back a little.
This is what
I don't think
I've been
y'all
talking about
it
this
enough.
every night.
I don't think y'all have enough conversations about it. I feel like I heard more on this network about is Kamala Harris black than I do about Donald Trump being a fascist.
Well, she's not, Charlamagne, you goofy. We already know she's not black. It would really be nice if you'd stop bringing it up. Because the book is closed on that one. Your friend Candace Owens helped close it. And that's something? But you couldn't resist that money, could you, Charlamagne? Had to get the money. Had to do it. Had to bring on. Had to do it.
Am I wrong, Angela?
Honestly, that's bullshit. I'm sorry.
Oh, I like that.
That's
Go ahead, Anderson.
I'm not. Look, I'm a huge fan of yours.
Okay.
But to say that we're sitting around discussing is Kamala Harris black, like
I've seen that. I've seen those
that's
roundtable
definitely
discussions
on.
a lot. Now
That's
that's
true.
bullshit.
Now it's time to make Kamala a victim. It's so pathetic. They so pathetic, y'all. That's where it is. Oh, we know Angela Rye. She's really good at that. Start crying. Notice she's talking from off screen. She can't even let Charlamagne do his own talking points. You taught him well, like the little monkey with the ventriloquist dummy. Charlamagne the God. Don't make me, hey, look, shut up, Charlamagne. Don't make me go get Memphis Bleak or Benny Siegel on your ass or Birdman. Yeah, Johnson. Whatever.
Anderson, for you to say that y'all don't have those conversations.
I've never asked somebody is.
I'm not saying
Kamala
you.
Harris
I said
Not
the
you.
network.
He said the network. He
I don't
did
think
say the
anyone
network.
I don't think any anchor on this network has been going around saying, "Is she black?"
Y'all have never had
definitely. It's definitely
we have
been.
had. Look, I'm sure we have had.
Yeah, you guys haven't focused, according to them, with the problem why Charlamagne and Angela Rye, and I know she's the perfect one to cry because that's what she does. What they're trying to assert is that somehow CNN has been too nice to Trump. Yeah, like if it wasn't for you guys refusing to call Trump Hitler every day, every hour on the day, Kamala would be winning. That's their whole argument. That's what this is all boiling down to. That's why Charlamagne, and I don't know why he was allowed to say that 3 minutes in a row. For 3 entire minutes, everything out of Charlamagne's mouth was Trump is Hitler. Then what he'll do is go back on Breakfast Club and pretend to be a rational person that understands what black people thinking, when he doesn't give a shit about black people at all. Charlamagne, your skirt has been pulled, sir. You have been exposed for who you are. We already knew who you were, but this episode kind of gets it, man. How many black people are sitting around talking about Trump as Hitler? That's not even a concern black people have, moreover. You know what I'm saying? When I was at my 4th of July, we were all sitting there talking about politics. You know, the talk of Trump, Hitler never came up. You're saying it should have. No, what came up were bills. What came up were the cost of living. What came up was gas and food and what we bought and how much it costs and all that type of stuff. The future and the rat race and all the other shit. But it did not come up because that ain't what people are talking about. That's what your handlers want you to talk about. That's what the Democratic Party wants you to talk about. And it's old, it's tired. And it ain't working. All right, let's move on to the next topic. Yeah, man, black people ain't sitting around. All the black people that I know, the ones I've talked to about politics, are sitting around going, Trump is scary, Trump is scary. Now, the first election, there was some people that were saying that because that's what the Democrats were saying. They were saying stuff like, Trump gonna put us back in slave. Trump gonna put us back in chains. Then he became president and no chains, no slavery. And now you're saying people are saying it again? Nah, people are not saying it again. You want them to say it because that's the only chance that chick has. That's the only chance Kamala has. This, guys, it's pathetic. But moving on, if that's not cringy enough, guys, if that is not pathetic enough, if you thinking, oh, that's not pathetic enough, I can go further. Hit the like button. Hit the like button for this content. Let the algorithm know Tim got back on topic. Check this out. Here goes Morning Joe, basically crying and throwing a fit because we ain't scared enough of Trump.
As important as Trump's fascism is, and is the lead story every day, his cozying up to dictators, his obsession with Hitler that has now come out, what he has said about our veterans, and what he wants to do with the military against.
What I tell you, that's 3 videos that I played. And what was their lead comment about Trump? Fascism. That's the talking point. So anybody you see repeating it in cable news have gotten the memo. This is what Kamala will be using. They poll tested this phrase, and they thought it would be most effective turning around maybe some additional white folks. That's what they're hoping. They're hoping this will resonate with some independent voters. And believe me, they poll tested it. They've done the algorithm. They've done the schematics, or not schematics, but the analytics. That's it. They've done the analytics on the term, and they realize it could be beneficial to them if they use this term. They got to use it so many times, and this will penetrate the psyches of these independent voters. That's who they're talking to.
His political adversaries. It's all huge news. This is the future that we're looking at in the next Trump term, if there is one. But this is what voters know right now, that he is killing us. I'm talking about us women.
Listen to this. Did you hear it? She said he is killing us. You wouldn't think that's the reason why somebody literally, like, look, guys, is it possible that this is the type of rhetoric that led to 2 attempts on his life? I think it's highly possible. Is it possible they're hoping there will be a 3rd? I mean, at some point, you got to say, like, maybe they're doing this for a reason. You can't just chalk it up to, they didn't know the damage it could cause. They had no idea what this could inspire. Now, at some point, you can't get away and cower and run away from the gravity of the situation. You can't pretend not to understand that you are playing with fire. We know what people are capable of. And isn't that what people said when they knocked Trump about January 6th? Isn't that what they're talking about? That he didn't know the power of his own words, that he didn't realize that when he said, hey, we need to fight for our president, we need to fight for America, we need to fight for our votes, that those people are going to take it literally, go down there without guns and go fighting to overthrow one of the biggest militaries on the planet. No, not one of the biggest. The biggest military on the planet. A bunch of unarmed people went to the Capitol to overthrow the United States government with nothing but skin, some bear mace, and a couple of flagpoles or something, whatever that was. Like, yo, they went to literally overthrow the government. But isn't that the argument that they make, that Trump didn't know the power of his words? What about the power of their words, Johnson? What about the power of them saying Hitler over and over and over? Nothing, right? Absolutely nothing. Nothing.
And he's killing us. He is putting us at risk. He is making us afraid to have babies. He is putting our reproductive health at risk. And some women.
Let me get this right. So the states you live in now having to like put things in legislation and the people vote for it, that's a problem, right? I understand. If you don't like the outcome of what your state does, that could be a problem. But do you understand? Like, we do understand that that is not that crazy in America for states to have rights or to make decisions about stuff that goes on in their state. It's a good reason to move. But to say Trump is trying to kill you by making that be like really? You do know when someone's trying to kill you, like, there's ways. Like, there are ways for people to disappear people. So you're not speaking literally, right? That's to be the first thing she'll say. I don't mean literally. I mean figuratively. Or do you mean literally? Do you mean literally? I mean, there's got to be limits to the rhetoric, right? No, we can't be limits to the rhetoric because he is Hitler. So Hitler doesn't get limits. We could say whatever we want about him, but then when he goes on a rant, when he's on the stuff saying a bunch of stuff, him evil. I don't know if he said worse about you or not, man. He makes jokes about you, but this, yeah, maybe he is now. Maybe he is. Maybe it's even. Maybe it's even. But I can't see it as the same because Trump's one person. I just played 3 different tapes of 3 different entities making those types of comments. 4. Trump is still only one guy. And that's why I always point to people and I say, this is another reason why the Democratic Party is more dangerous. Because they got more people, they got more infrastructure, they got more leverage to pull to be dangerous. Them having the media lever is a big deal. Charlamagne just went on an epic rant about how the media is too nice to Trump. And a person sitting at the desk who knows all the stats like I know them, about the percentages of positive coverage of Trump, didn't say shit to refute anything coming out of Charlamagne's face. And now here goes Mika Brzezinski, unchecked, unbridled, talking about Trump killing people. And then you say, you must support Trump. Nah, man, this should scare you. This should be a problem for you. That you have a Democratic Party that's able to get away with this shit. Just because they want their guy to win an election, they get to use whatever tactics they want. Any way they want.
He is putting our reproductive health at risk, and some women have died already because of this. So we can see right now what's coming. These headlines, and very good reporting, by the way, that shouldn't be questioned by idiots about what Trump has said about Hitler. That's incredibly important to know. But I do understand that people who are busy and that are people who are just tapping in.
Mika's an idiot. Bye, Mika. That was fun while it lasted, man. I gotta tell you, it is pathetic that there are people that listen to Mika Brzezinski go on these rants without chewing her ass out, man. This is horrible. She should not be given a platform to say all of this nonsense. But hey, man, it's free speech, right? It's free speech when they say what they want. It's not free speech when we say what we want. It's not free speech when it goes the other way. Then it's something else. But she can say whatever she wants. Unchecked. It's desperation, man. It is pure. It is sad. It's, you want to laugh to keep from crying. I get it. But it's also like, damn, they are really this bad off. They are this. I hope that Trump does lock some of y'all up. Maybe not in jail, but in a detox center. Detox you, because you need detox, man. Get them some medication. We got all types of meds in this country. He needs to lower the price on Alaxo, what is it? Paxil, whatever it is. Some of these brain, I don't know. Some of these mood changing drugs, man, just to get you like even you out, man. Cause the Trump derangement syndrome is at an epic level. You guys have just jumped out the gym, man. You guys are rocket, man. You guys are gone. Gonzo. These people have lost their utter minds over this Trump thing. And I mean, what's he gonna take all your money away? He gonna take all your shiny toys away, Mika? No more plastic surgery? No. You might have to shop at the same stores with the pores, Mika. You and Joe. Is that what's gonna happen? Oh, you're gonna have to be around your birthday. All right, guys. It's pathetic. It really is. We're going to move on to the next topic, but I need you guys to hit like on the subscribe thing. Yeah, that's the thing. I need some subscribers, man. They were sure. I was looking at the stats. It's like, yo, people watch the show, but nobody's like, I get like, what? What's up with the subscribers, man? Hit the subscribe button. Become a member of the Tim Black Show, man. Look, I give you 20 shows a month. And I'm not apologizing. I give you 20 shows a month. A month. That ain't even counting the clips. That's just the shows. Who else is doing 20 shows a month? Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Become a member. If you on Twitter or if you on Facebook, come on over here. Hit the subscribe button for Tim Black, because I think at this point we should move this relationship further. You already here watching. Subscribe, even if you're not gonna watch. Subscribe. Nah. I want you to watch, okay? Subscribe to the YouTube channel, become a member, because I'm gonna be continuing to kick butt on all topics concerning working class people. When this election's over, that's when the real fight begins. That's when things really get, because then we gotta fight whoever that person is to get stuff that matters to us. It ain't over when that happens. Some people think, oh, when the election's over, we go back and go night-night. No, that's when you got to fight. When that person gets in, now what are you going to do? And we got to stay kicking them in the ass to get what's right for us. That's the problem. Too many people go back to sleep after the election. No. Nah. She used to cook. She used to cook and give me a back rub and all that stuff. And then I married her. They say nothing kills romance like marriage. But they don't have to. It doesn't have to be that way. You can have. It takes effort. It takes spending quality time. Well, I need you to spend some quality time with your government. I need you to spend some quality time on politics. The reality TV show will still be there. Whatever, the game will still be on. I promise you. Hit the subscribe button. Become a member of the Tim Black Show. Pick up a shirt. Support independent media. The Tim Black Show, the new design out. It's eye-popping. And it comes in more colors than just this. But, I'm Tim Black, so, I prefer the... You guys ready for the next episode? Next segment? All right. Hit the like button, guys, and go on to another one. Check this out. In a sea of Trump is evil, Trump is fascist, Trump is Hitler, in a sea of all that, we have a shining example of truth being told. I'm really glad I ran across this segment. It was also on CNN. It kind of balances out the nonsense with Charlamagne the Fraud and Angela Cry and Anderson Blooper. Kevin O'Leary on CNN, giving the Democrats the business.
Stocks. This is the second at pick stocks. This is the second time the Democratic Party has circumvented democracy and chose.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. Hillary Clinton.
Hillary
Clinton was chosen, and she had Bruce Springsteen too. And what happened to her? And now we've chosen.
Kevin, Hillary Clinton won a primary. Okay, she won a primary. You may not.
Nobody
like
could compete with her, even Bernie Sanders.
She won a primary.
She won a primary and everything was stacked her way, and you know it. Everyone knows it. Back in the day, before Tim Black got blackballed, I had Donna Brazile on here. She told the truth. The Hillary Clinton campaign controlled everything in the DNC. That was undemocratic as hell. They had their foot, their arm, the baby, the hell. Bill sat on the scale. The scale was tipped in her favor. Big time. It was they. Bernie didn't have a shot at all. And Bernie's policies would have been a lot better for the black community than Hillary's. But anyway, she lost, so what the hell? But that's not the point. The point is, he's right. The Democratic Party has unfair elections, and you know it. Their primary elections suck. They just suck. And later, Abby's not even going to disagree. I mean, she tries to put up a little bit of a fight, but.
Okay.
First of all, that's the first
So
thing.
did Kamala Harris win a primary?
Listen, we have talked about this before.
What's wrong about talking about it tonight after what you just saw?
Do you think that's really what matters to voters?
Right now.
Your
How
whole shtick is-
many Democrats wish?
Your
Hold
whole
on.
shtick has
Hang
been,
on a second.
let's talk about what matters to voters. Do you really think voters care about the internecine primary
If,
process?
if you're a
of the Democratic
Democrat,
Party?
you sure as
She's saying, dude, you don't think voters care if they get to choose who the primary winner is? Do you really think Democrats care who gets to run for president under the Democratic Party against the Republican Party? Yeah, I think they care, whoever this person is. Yeah, we care. I mean, I care. Americans care. Do Democratic voters care? I would think they care unless they're Republicans or independents. Everyone should care because it's going to come down to, due to the way our system is crafted, it's going to come down to just a couple of people. I mean, I would love for it to really come down to Dr. Cornel West, Dr. Jill Stein, Claudia Dela Cruz, and even RFK Jr. Keep it funky. But to make it come down to whoever the Republican voters chose and whoever the Democratic Party chose. Not Democratic Party voters. And for you to say your only argument pushback to what Kevin O'Leary is saying about it being undemocratic is no one cares. No, you don't care. You don't care because it's not your job to care. It's our job to care. You don't give a shit. Who does she work for? Look at her face. Look at her expression. Just as cynical can give a shit if the people are hosed or not. She couldn't care less if you get screwed. She doesn't give a damn about you being disenfranchised. The millions of black, white, Latino, Asians that cast their vote in the primary, throw it out the door. Get those votes out of here. We choose her. The most unliked vice president in the history since we've been counting vice presidents' likability. We choose her. But she didn't care. That's not a point. This is not relevant. This is BS.
Healthcare today.
I know that you are from Canada, but the primary process.
That's why I'm
the primary
perfect for this.
process in this
I have no
country
skin in the game
is
other
not
than
in
to
the
get a great
Constitution.
president.
It's not in the Constitution. The political parties can choose however they want to choose their nominee.
Right.
And as long as they meet the legal deadlines in the states where they are on the ballot, they can do it however they want.
There you go. And that's the reason why when these dummies are telling me that I'm wrong when I criticize the Democratic Party, I know they don't know anything. I know they don't know anything. I've known this since 2016 because I interviewed a number of people. There was something called the DNC fraud lawsuit where they took the DNC to court. The DNC controls the elections for the Democratic Party. And in a court of law, that was their argument. The Democratic Party, the DNC argued, we can do whatever we want. Your votes are just merely a wish. Your votes really mean nothing. Anytime they want, they could say, screw your votes. The people that brought that lawsuit basically went cuckoo puffs. Cocoa Puffs. Why? Because they were harassed and dogged and dragged through the mud. Process server, for some reason, lost his life. That's a whole bunch of stuff that went on. But Elizabeth and Jared Beck were their names. And that lawsuit introduced me to some good people and some people that were horrible, but mostly good people. And we got to the bottom of it. And that's when I understood. And that's when I had Donna Brazil on. And there was a whole lot of stuff going on around the 2016 elections. And we were there covering. And folks, anybody who's a Democrat who thinks they have any ground to stand on to fit in this party doesn't know anything. This party is a private company, will operate the way it wants to. You have no say whatsoever. Your votes don't mean shit. Your votes matter until they don't want them to matter, and then they don't matter. And then there's no explanation. You see them trying to ask questions. Hey, why did we get rid of Joe? Joe, what really made you drop out? He's under no real obligation to tell you why. Even if you send him hundreds of thousands of dollars, or even if you raise $500 million. Then we have Kamala being installed as the Democratic nominee. No votes. No votes need to be cast. You heard Abby. Abby knows that's the system and still supports it. Maybe she knew that going in. I didn't know it. I learned it in 2015. I was just like anybody else who thought the Democratic Party does things democratically. Here's the thing. I bet you the Republican Party could do the same thing if it wanted to. But see, the Republicans will burn it down. Yeah, if they did that shit to the Republicans, there wouldn't be no more Republican Party because they would go ape shit. But the Democratic Party, their people, as in Democratic voters, they're fine with being hoes. They're fine with their party deciding for them because they like elitism. They like the overseer telling them who gonna be the person and to shut up and fall in line. They're on that corporate bullshit. How else can you describe it? How else can you explain it? You don't think the Republicans didn't want to get rid of Trump? Yeah, you think the Republicans wanted Trump 3 times in a row to run through the Republican primary field like a knife through hot butter? He ran through that field like Earl Campbell, Walter Payton, Emmett Smith his way through all of those establishment hacks on the Republican Party. Do you really think the Republicans wanted that to happen? But what could they do? He caught fire with the Republican voters, and they were not going to do what the Democrats have done. And that is why I've been telling people, when they don't understand, you don't understand. My battle is not just with Kamala, it's with the Democratic Party. Because they do shit like this. They install a person, admit they installed them, and these sheep go with it. There will never be anything good for black people behind a party that don't give a shit what people want. See, we could want all types of things, any number of things, from reparations to free healthcare, or healthcare paid for by healthcare for every individual, or schools that are paid for by, just like Israel has. Israel has free healthcare for its citizens and has tuition for its citizens. When we say that here, people lose their damn minds. When other countries that we give money to, that we provide arms to, have that system already in place. But none of those things, anything that we want, anything that we think we deserve, we can't get. And then we got a bunch of sellouts in the Democratic Party who are getting paid very well to lie. And part of the reason why the Democrats get to get away with it is that they have Beyonce doing benefits for Kamala right now. Because they got Bruce Springsteen coming out doing benefits like he did. Because we got all these big name, corrupt Hollywood actors and singers and performers making people, or spreading a narrative that these are the good guys And you just don't understand. They mean the best. And they're evil over there. It's not evil to take people's voices away. You know, a vote is a person's voice. In a democracy, your vote is your voice. You guys had no voice at all in this election, and you're fine with it. Not only are you fine with it, you'll be on my timeline telling me I'm a sellout because I ain't fine with it. Pathetic. Abby, at least Abby tells the truth, and I'm so glad she said it out loud because people need to know it, and that's what you have. That's the Democratic Party. That's who they are. That's what you have, and that's why they deserve to be burnt to the ground. Not literally, figuratively. Just make it an empty nest. All right, hit the like button, guys, if that made any sense for you. I hope it did. Hope that made sense. I hope that you resonate with that. It gives you something to think about. Hit the like button on this broadcast so people know you're watching the Tim Black Show. We do this every day except Saturday. And let me know about Fridays too, because I may stop doing Fridays because I'm competing against life. Yeah, it's one thing to compete against other YouTubers. It's like I'm competing against people having a good time on Friday. So I'm thinking about maybe not doing Fridays. So let me know about Fridays, guys. The numbers are telling me, though. The numbers are saying. Next. This won't be long. This will be short, but I want people to know that there was a fact check done. Okay, so Kamala Harris did her CNN town hall. It did not go well. I covered it. Not my fault she sucked. She stunk up the place. But more than just stinking up the place, she told some things that were inaccurate. That's right. She lied. Yeah, Roland, she lied. I wonder if you'll do a show about this, Roland. I got a feeling you won't. You'll do 10 shows about that BS. She don't do this for black men. Did you do this for black men? Nah, it's things we was already doing, but we just put black on it because we want black people to know how it might affect them, what we was already going to do. Oh, I wonder why Roland didn't say that when he put out 10 videos on it. Shameful. Oh, yeah, back to Kamala Harris and the fact check. Here goes Kamala Harris being fact checked for her CNN town hall. This is just magic.
First, let's listen to a claim the vice president made about her policy shift on fracking.
I've been very clear we could have dispensed with this in 2020. I am not going to ban fracking. I did not as vice president. In fact, as vice president, I cast the tie-breaking vote that now has opened up more fracking leases.
And you point out, too, when you were running for vice president in 2020, you were not talking about banning fracking, but...
No, Anderson, I pledged that I would not ban fracking.
Right, I know.
It is not true that Harris pledged in 2020 that she would not ban fracking as president. Her campaign has explained that she was referring to her comments in a VP debate with Mike Pence. But here's the thing about that debate. Nowhere in it did Harris say she had changed her own previous 2019 support for a fracking ban. What she did say in that debate twice was that Joe Biden, the head of the Democratic ticket at the time, would not ban fracking himself. I have the quotes here. She said, Joe Biden will not ban fracking, end quote. And then she said, quote, Joe Biden will not end fracking. He has been very clear about that, end quote. She didn't say Kamala Harris wouldn't ban fracking as president. That made sense at the time. He was the candidate. But contrary to her claim tonight to Anderson, she did not pledge until this year that she personally would not support a fracking ban. Now let's listen to something she said tonight about former President.
This matters because in Pennsylvania, fracking is one way, a major source of income for the workers there and a major source of employment for workers. So that may be the difference between winning Pennsylvania and not winning Pennsylvania. My thing is, I know fracking wreaks havoc on the environment. But here's the deal. Either you support it or you don't. She's been both sides in the issue and then lying about it, which is a good reason not to want to support her. Because people, like they say, we don't like liars, right? Oh, only if you think Trump's doing it. Let's keep going.
Trump's border wall.
Remember, Donald Trump said Mexico would pay for it? Come on, they didn't. How much of that wall did he build? I think the last number I saw is about 2%.
It is true Mexico didn't pay for the wall. That 2% figure, though, is at least somewhat too low. Trump repeatedly said on the campaign trail in 2015, 2016, that we need 1,000 miles of wall. And during his presidency, 52 miles of new wall were built where no wall existed before. So even that is more than 5% of his pledge. And he also built an additional 406 miles to reinforce or replace previously existing border barriers. Much of that replacement wall, guys, was significantly bigger and more daunting than the previous barriers, so I think you could argue it should count too.
So that would mean, let me get this right. She said Trump only built up 2% of the wall. But according to his fact check, he built up 52 miles. And he said we needed 1,000, he built up 52 million miles. 52 miles. I'm sorry. Let me do this one more time. I'm sorry. Here we go. So she says Trump only ended up building up 2 miles of wall. He pledged 1,000 miles. According to his fact check, new wall, 52 miles. So that would be 5%, which already makes her a liar when she said 2. But he also says he reinforced or built up higher the existing wall in over 406 miles worth of wall. So he improved and increased the structure of almost 458 miles. That's almost 50% of his 1,000 mile mark. But she's running around saying 2%. But Trump's a liar. He's a scumbag. I'm not saying he doesn't lie. I'm not saying he's not a scumbag at times. But so is she. And she definitely lied on this. And this is a major issue because it's one of her worst parts, the border. And it's something you can quantitatively see. It's like the wall is something you can't fudge. It's either there or it's not. It's either been built up or it hasn't. You can look at the shit. You can count it. Some things you can say, this, that, this happened. Yeah, you can get into different gradients of truth. But you got to count miles of wall. It's a wall. You look at it and count it. So I don't think she got this wrong accidentally. I don't think this is an overstatement. This is an intentional smear and an intentional lie. It's ironic. Everyone else isn't covering it.
Now, finally, let's play something the vice president said about Trump's 2017 tax cuts.
Sadly, Donald Trump, when he was president, gave tax cuts to the richest, to billionaires and big corporations, which added trillions of dollars to our deficit.
It is absolutely true that, according to independent analysts, the wealthiest Americans got the biggest benefits from those Trump tax cuts. So this Harris claim is not false, but I think it's worth noting something she didn't mention, and that's that Americans of all income levels got tax cuts from this 2017 law. The Nonpartisan Tax Policy Center found in early 2018 that the law, quote, will reduce individual income taxes on average for all income groups and in all states. The think tank estimated that about 65% of households would get a tax cut in 2018, and between 60 and 76% of taxpayers in each and every state. So yes, indeed, the rich were the biggest winners from Trump's tax cuts, but it certainly wasn't just for the rich.
Okay, so here we go, guys. In this one, I heard a lot, and I didn't know it wasn't true. She said, and everyone's been saying this, Trump only gave tax cuts to the rich. They don't say only, they say he gave tax cuts to the rich. He also gave it to everybody else, too. Kind of important to mention, but it's not an outright lie. It's a lie by omission. Only talk about the thing you want to talk about and leave the other parts out. So if everybody got a tax cut, but rich people got a little bit more of a tax cut, you might be upset with that, but it's not like other people didn't get a tax cut as well. 65 to 76%, depending on your state, whatever, got a tax cut. I don't know how that works out. But I think it's important to be accurate. And Carmen doesn't think it's important to be accurate. And I wonder how many of the independent media who are supporting Kamala thought it was good to cover this segment of CNN, calling out Kamala lying. I don't think a lot of people called it out. I think it should be called out. I think it sucks. Once again, hey, you call out Trump lying, why can't you call out Kamala lying? I got a problem with that. All right, guys, last but not least, remember, this is the Tim Black Show. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for being here. Hit the bell button on your subscription. Become a member by going to patreon.com. Tim's Take Live. So a game change is about to happen. It may be happening right now. Donald Trump, as was reported by Charlamagne the God on CNN. Donald Trump's going to meet with Joe Rogan. I think he's there. He's there in Texas, Austin, Texas, sitting down with Joe Rogan probably as we speak. Or maybe it's already done. When I went to taping, it still hasn't been posted, so I don't know. So Joe Rogan and Trump are having this sought-after conversation on the Joe Rogan Show. That's a big deal, and I'm looking forward to covering it to see what the talking points or what happened or what comes of this. This would be major for Donald Trump reaching as many people as possible in a venue that he's comfortable with, which is just talking. And if you want Trump to be at his best, just let him talk and let him go. He's at his best and his worst, and his worst too. Okay, but here's the thing. Kamala Harris is also going to be talking, but she ain't going on Joe Rogan. She's going on a black Joe Rogan, the Brogan. Shannon Sharp, Club Shay Shay. That's right, guys. She's going there. Kamala Harris to appear on Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp. So that's the way she's going to counter. It doesn't look like she's going to make it on Joe Rogan. It looks like this is what she's going to do. So I found that interesting. And one of the reasons why I found it interesting, and also a little bit disappointing, is I already know how this is going to go. This is not going to be a dope interview. This is not going to be something that's going to make people want to support it because it is Shannon Sharp. I've only talked to Shannon Sharp one time. And you know what we talked about? Kamala Harris. Yeah, we talked about Kamala Harris because Shannon Sharp was a big Kamala Harris supporter. So on Twitter back in 2019, we had a little back and forth because he put out this tweet. He said, why must blacks running for political office always answer the question whether they're black enough for black people? I thought it was crazy then. It even sounds more crazy now because Shannon, I don't know if you know or not, Skip, but black people in a precarious situation in America. And in America, we need to make sure that black people getting our due. Because in America, Skip, we need to make sure we get things right. So when you don't call me, you call me alone, but don't call me lonely. I ain't lonely. He says whites running for political office never get asked are they white enough by white people. Ironically, they always are. You know, white people screw over white people all the time, but they are always white enough to do so. What we're tired of is black people screwing over black people. We have a right to be tired of that, Shannon, even if you aren't. And these are the things I was commenting about when he said this. He said, stop defeating ourselves, black people, before we run the race. And this was very disgusting to me because it was just in benefit or in support of Kamala Harris. Like, there was no reason why you need to cape for Kamala. People should hold her to a high standard. People should ask questions. People should not line up behind her because she's black. Line up behind her if she's going to help black people. Line up behind anybody that's going to support our communities and help us get off the bottom of the totem pole in this country. But Shannon should know about that, considering he comes from a poor-ass family who did not have an indoor bathroom until he went to high school or some crazy shit. But he act like he don't know what we're talking about. So I sent a tweet out. I said something to him. What did I say? I said, basically, Shannon said, don't y'all go causing trouble. The demanded candidates had plans for your communities. Meanwhile, Shannon has lived in our community for 20 years. Shannon believes speaking on black issues on FS1 equal political power. It doesn't. Don't be like Shannon. So that tweet did okay. It did well enough that Shannon Sharpe responded to me. But not before that's not the only thing I said to him, but I think that's what got his attention. Then I sent him this, and this is a grid of the racial wealth gap. This is me saying, hey, Shannon, this is where we are. Look, this is why we have to hold any politician accountable. You don't think we'll be asking white people what they're going to do for black people? We do. We ask RFK. We ask Trump. But Shannon got a problem with us asking black people. So black people, we shouldn't ask them. And I said, look, Shannon, the median household net worth by race and employment status. Full-time white people working have 144,000. Black people, 11,000. Net worth, Shannon. If they're not even working, if they're retired, 75,000. Black people, 1,700. And if they're unemployed, white people still killing us with $55,000 net worth, even when they don't even have a job. On unemployment, they got more money than us. An unemployed white person has more money than more net worth than a black man or black family or a black person working full time. And I got this cockamamie guy defending us, asking Kamala, what you gonna do to fix it? How dare I ask that? I'm not being good black. There's something wrong with me. I'm a sellout for being focused on these important issues. And Shannon Sharpe responded. And Shannon Sharpe says, everybody knows Shannon doesn't basically say, I said. Do get mad at my financial well-being. Another problem that you had and others perpetuate in black communities. If blacks don't live in black communities, they don't care. F out of here. You can see it, obviously, his tweet was in response to my tweet. Here's the thing, guys. I don't think Shannon's changed at all. I think he should have got us sent that in 2019. They told me to go F off because I'm fighting for black folks. I'm fighting for us to I'm fighting for a country, right, that recognizes that what's been done to us systemically over the generations has had an impact on where we are now. Net worth has a lot to do with where you start at. Only people who have not started, only people that don't know anything would say it doesn't matter if you don't have an inheritance. That's what wealth is about. Shannon back then didn't get it, didn't care to get it, and told me to fuck off. Him talking to Kamala Harris on our behalf ain't gonna be talking about it on our behalf. He gonna be talking about it on the behalf of his club, Shay Shay, and on behalf of the Democratic Party. To expect any more out of him on this would be foolishness. I don't think it's changed at all. In fact, it probably got worse. But we'll see, and we'll be covering it right here on the Tim Black Show. Thank you, Lutz. Thank you so much, Shannon, for showing me who you are. We doomed if we don't get rid of these people, man. They gotta stop being influential. They gotta stop being our voices. We gotta stop because they do not care. They do not care about their money, they want it. It's what it is. All we can do is make fun of them, mock them, and try to bring them down. And that's what we try to do here on the Tim Black Show. I want to inform you so you know what's going on and it is what it is. Shannon Sharpe. But I think it will be funny. Or at least interesting. I'm not saying don't watch it. Go watch Shannon Sharpe's interview with Kamala Harris. Because if anything, it's going to be funny. Listen to Shannon Sharpe try to say Kamala. Or Kamala. I'm going to say Kamala. I don't know, maybe he'll forget he's on Instagram. I forget he's connected to live stream, right? Because he just forgot. He forgot he was on live stream. All right, guys, that's all I got. Let's go to comments. Any comments, guys? Hit the like button, folks, on the way out. I know it's Friday. We got Corey Wilson. Thoughts on Tulsi switching to the Republicans? Thoughts? I got no thoughts about it, Corey. Go where you're celebrated, not where you're just tolerated. In fact, she wasn't really tolerated with the Democrats, so obviously. Black Mamba, super sticker. Thank you, Black Mamba. And my friend, we carrying signs in the house. Thank you, my brother. Shout out to Kelly as well. Love you guys. Thank you for supporting the show. Remember, this is the Tim Black Show. We do this every day except Saturday. Much respect to you. Have a great weekend. Be safe. All that jazz. And remember, don't let nobody take your cornbread. They don't deserve it. It's your cornbread. Keep your cornbread. Wow. That's it. I'll see you soon. And, be good. Hey, Buck, how we do? Is it we're just 2 minutes under. Let's go 2 more minutes to 2 hour mark. Here goes, do I got a story? I have a story. What's a good story, too? Be yourself. That's all I try to do in this show is be myself. And I think what we're doing right now, when we're calling out the Democratic Party, when we're on all these platforms and we're raising the roof and we're speaking up, I think we're just being ourselves. You don't have to be an activist. You just have to speak your mind. And that's a beautiful thing to see so many folks speaking their mind from all across this country, using whatever they got. They're not worrying about the lighting. They're not worrying if they got the right backdrop. What they're worried about is saying what's on their heart. And that is important. That is what is moving the lever. And I'm telling you guys, we got to be careful who gets in that office, because that ability to do that is a game changer. I think that's the biggest game changer in this election, is we get to speak. Don't let them take that right away from you. That's all we got. In the words of Charles S. Dutton, that all you got? That all you got? All right, guys, that's it. We made it. I'll see you next time. Remember, tim@timblacktv.com. Send me your email. Send all your hate mail to your mama's house at timblacktv.com. And, go pick up my ebook, Kamala 8 Reasons, the number 8. Kamala8reasons.com to get your free copy of Why Kamala Harris, 8 Reasons Why Kamala Harris Might Lose the Election. Also, go to presidentialimpact.com for my other free ebook, Ways That Presidents can impact the country without waiting on Congress. Presidentialimpact.com. Don't you listen to these people telling you presidents don't have power except through Congress. What? That's crazy talk. All right, y'all. That's it. Shoot. I'm about to go get me a slice of pizza. Hey, where my girls at? Are my girls out here somewhere? Oh, there they go. Bye.